Hi everyone, in this tutorial we are going to create a cartoon reindeer in Illustrator. To begin, let's go to the Launchpad and find Adobe Illustrator. Go to the side and click Create New. Then click Print and choose the A4 preset and make it landscape over here. Then click Create. Over in the toolbar, click and hold on the rectangle tool and select the ellipse tool. We're then going to hold down Shift and click, hold and drag to make a circle about that size. Then over here, we are going to double click on the fill and we're going to change the color to something that kind of looks like a reindeer, but you can choose whatever color you'd like. When you have selected it, press OK. And then we're going to click on the stroke behind and then click None so that there is no stroke on our shape. Now with the white pointer tool, we are going to click off the shape and then click back onto these left and right anchor points. Hold down Shift to select multiple anchor points at one time. We know these are selected because they're filled in with blue, whereas the ones that aren't selected are white. Now on your keyboard, press the arrow key down 6 times to make it a slightly off perfect circle. Now that we have the start of our reindeer, we're going to click back onto the black pointer tool and then we're going to hold down Option, click, hold and drag to make a copy of that shape. Double click on the fill again, and this time we're going to choose a slightly darker color. Say OK. Right click, arrange, send to back on this shape. Click, hold and drag on a corner to make it slightly bigger than the shape we have in front, and then we're going to move it so that it sits behind just like that. Back over to the ellipse tool, we're going to hold down Shift and make a perfect circle. This will be its eye. Double click the fill to make it white. Now we're going to draw another circle, but this one's going to be slightly larger. And then with our eyedropper tool over in the tools panel, we're going to click and then choose this darker color behind. Zoom in for this part, Command+ on your keyboard. Then with the black pointer tool, move your eye to about there. Might need to use the arrow keys to bump it down a little bit. Right click and then say Arrange, Send Backward, because we only want it to go just behind the white shape that we created. Now we're going to make one more circle on top as its iris. And we're going to make that in the center of the white. Now that we have 3 circles, hold down Shift to select multiple shapes at once. You might need to zoom in again, Command+ on your keyboard. Then hold down Shift and select all 3 shapes. Right click, Group. Now we're going to right click again, go to Transform and say Reflect. The default is vertical, which is fine because that's what we want. If we click on Preview, we can see that. Then press Copy and it will make 2 eyes for us. So if I click, hold and drag and move this across, we've got 2 eyes of our reindeer. To zoom out, press Command-. Now we're going to create a nose for our reindeer. So using the ellipse tool again, click, hold and drag. Click, hold, drag and press Shift on the keyboard to make a perfect circle. Over in Fill, let's change the color to a red. Let's make another circle just inside and we'll change that color to be a little bit lighter. And let's make that more up to this side of the reindeer. And then with the ellipse tool once more, click, hold and drag to make another circle and make this one white. And move it over again. Holding down Shift again, click to select all of those shapes, right click, group, and let's move it so that it looks like it's in the center of the face. Now for the eyebrows. Back into the shapes section of the toolbar, we're going to choose rectangle tool. Click, hold and drag to make a rectangle. And let's fill it with our eyedropper tool, the same color as this darker one here. Now with the black pointer tool, we're going to click, hold and drag in these little dots to make it a rounded rectangle. Let's make this a little bit shorter and then grab the corner to rotate it to about there, and we'll move the eyebrows here-ish. Right click with this shape, transform, reflect, and then choose copy, and then move that second eyebrow over to the other eye, making sure that it lines up visually. Now for the reindeer's mouth. Back over to the ellipse tool, click, hold and drag with Shift key held down to make a circle. This time we're going to click the little swap fill and stroke there so that we have a stroke rather than a fill. Let's move this over so that it's in the center of the nose. Then up in window, choose stroke. And here we are going to make the mouth about 6 point. And then we're going to change the cap to round cap, which you can't see at the moment, but we will soon. Now with the white pointer tool, we're going to click off and then click back on to this anchor point just there and press delete. Now we've got a little smiley face. If the reindeer's smile feels too extreme, you can always change the size of it. Now for the ears, use the ellipse tool again, but this time we want to create an oval shape. And we want to swap the fill over and give it the same color as this part of the face with your eyedropper tool in your toolbar. Now with your white pointer tool, click off the shape and then choose this anchor point to the side, and we're going to move it closer to the center to create an ear-like shape. Maybe this one needs to be pulled out a bit further. With the black pointer tool, copy this shape again, holding down Option on your keyboard, and make this one a little bit larger than before. And this shape is going to be the same color as the shadow part. With this, we're going to right click, arrange center back, so that we have our ear here. Maybe we want to move it up a little bit, make it a bit longer, that's up to you. Click the top shape, hold down Option to make one more copy. We're going to make this one smaller, fit it inside there. Then with the eyedropper, we're going to choose the red, so that we have the inside of the ear. Click on the outside to select it all there and move it closer to the head of the reindeer. And then select them all again, right click, group, then right click, transform, reflect, and choose copy. Then we're going to put the copy on the other side. To zoom out, press Command minus. Now for the antlers. Click on the three dots here and then click, hold and drag the arc tool to live up with the shape tools. Then we can click the three dots to hide the toolbar. And then with our arc tool selected, click, hold and drag to make an arc. Let's use our eyedropper tool to make the arc the same as the mouth there. And we actually want to flip it around, so let's right click, transform, reflect, say OK. If you hold down shift, the rotate will snap to 45-degree angles. Let's right click, arrange, center back on this one so it's not popping out over the head. Maybe we'll bump it down a little bit with the arrow keys. And perhaps even make it a bit longer. This part can be up to you how you want it to look. Now back to our arc tool, let's make some other lines for our antlers. You can get the rough shape, and then with your black pointer tool you can always move it to how you want it to look. I might hold down Option, click and drag to make a copy of this one. Then when we're happy with our antlers, let's click, hold and drag to select all of the elements. Right click, group. Then we're going to right click, transform, reflect, and then make a copy of it and move the antlers to the other side. Both of these will need to be behind, so if you hold down shift to select them both at once, right click, arrange, center back. And there we have a little reindeer.